Back on the show is Brett Johns, who's going to be taking on Joe Soto at the Ultimate Fighter Season 26 finale coming up here on December 1st. Brett, what's going on? How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Of course, you've got this big fight coming up here with Joe Soto. You know, how happy were you to get him as an opponent? Because, you know, he's a former Bellator champion. He fought for a UFC title. I mean, he's a guy that people are familiar with.
Yeah, that's it's probably one of the first fights on my list that people go, oh, I recognize him. I've heard of that name, and a win here is going to put me near the top 15, if not in the top 15. You know, and they're the fights I want, really. You know, I want to get another one in. Maybe early next year, depending on injuries, because like I said, I'm so injury prone, it's unreal. And then maybe we'll get that win with Soto, and then like early next year, maybe middle of next year, start looking for a bigger fight. Then maybe top 10. You know, I've wanted to fight in Vegas. I get that opportunity now, and I also would like to fight in MSG. That opportunity might come next year. We don't know yet.
Yeah, no, for sure. Lots of good options for you. Well, when you got a 14-0 record, you can start asking for things like that. And you know, especially if you go 15-0 here, that would be great. Let's talk about the matchup, though. Looking at Soto on paper, you know, he's had a bit of a resurgence. I mean, there was a point when he almost looked like he was going to be released from the UFC, and he sort of bounced back. How do you feel like you match up against him in this fight?
It's very, very similar stylistic match, the same as the Gang Young fight would have been. He's a short, stocky front. When he strikes, he goes from the front foot, more of a boxing style, very similar to myself. Also, he's a strong wrestler and a strong grappler. I consider myself a strong wrestler, strong grappler, so I feel like that may cancel itself out in the fight. Be a more technical sort of stand-up fight, maybe. But like I said, he's gonna become well prepared, and I'm only happy to fight the best Joe Soto out there. That's what I wanted, and I get that opportunity next Friday night.
And as far as training camp, I imagine you just split it, you know, training at home with the usual guys and then coming out to Vegas, and I imagine you're just training with some guys locally?
Yeah, well, I'm not training with no local guys out here. I basically come out here Friday, doing a lot of cardio sessions to get my weight down, because what people don't realize is the flight over here, the water retention.
Yes.
Kind of water,
yeah, I've heard that. I've heard fighters who have long flights and they come back and their feet swell up because there's so much, because, you know, they're not eating well, and then obviously the water retention.
Yeah, it's exactly what was supposed to happen out here. So I'm lucky, really, that I've come out 2 weeks before because of that. That's affected me now. So it's coming to the end of that now, and the weight's looking good. You know, I'm happy with the weight, how the weight's going. So I've obviously had trouble in the past with the weight, but that's coming down nicely. And the best thing about Vegas is that every corner you have a healthy food shop, or you know what I mean. You can go and eat it. Back home, you don't get that. You have to really drive or find a place that does that. But I've been lucky enough around the corner from the UFC Institute. There's a lovely little food place there that I think McGregor was using it before his Mayweather fight. So I just go there. I have my breakfast, and then I crack on my day then.
Now, when you go to the Performance Institute, are you saying hi to the other fighters? Or you just, you know, minding your own business, or are you just there for business, or are you there sometimes to, you know, chat to some of the other guys?
Well, basically, yeah, I have a chat with them. Like, all fairness, Sean O'Malley, who's in my weight, just came straight up to me and he shook my hand. He seems like a nice guy. There's also, I saw Joseph Benavidez yesterday. He said hi. You know, there's a couple of nice guys there. A couple of guys then who just want to get on with their workouts, and I can understand both sides of it, because you can see the fighters like walking up to you and they're not scared, but they're a bit apprehensive about saying hello, just in case you don't say nothing back. And like, I'm one of them guys who, you come up to me and say hello, I'll say hello back, I got no problem. At the end of the day, if I do eventually fight these guys, it's just going to be a case of just switching that button off and getting on with it. So, but like I said, it's you know, it's a great place to train and stuff. And I was upstairs yesterday, and like, I'm not sure if a lot of the listeners know, but I'm a big like motorsport fan and stuff. And across like the freeway, on the other side of the freeway, there's a Subaru garage there, and I heard they hold a couple of race cars there. So I walked in, and the guys in Subaru Las Vegas were really cool, and they let me have a look at the car photos of the cars, and that was quite cool. Just something to take my my mind off training, really. It's nice to get out here and try different things, and I got to do that the last couple of days.
How do you see this fight ending on December 1st? You're going to win, but how do you sort of see it unfolding with you and Joe Soto?
I don't see it going to decision either way. I don't see it like for him or me. You know, I really don't see it. And like I said, you know, I could be that guy that says I'm going to knock him out in the first round, but I look on his paper and 18 other guys have said that and lost, and they've tried to do the same thing. But my prediction is I'm going to try and finish the fight in the first round. You know, it's a bit more different than the other fights that I've had. It's a bit different than the Quack fight. It's a bit more different than the Gutierrez fight back in Fighting FC. It's a bit more different than the Albert Morales fight. You know, them fights were ones I just wanted to get over and done with. I got a good little record in the UFC, and now I think I can. I'm in the position now where I can really go out my shield, you know, and fingers crossed next Friday that'll happen.
Before I let you go, we got to talk about your jacket, which I think is so cool. You're a big racing fan, and you've actually put your sponsors on this jacket. And first off, any fighters watching this, take advantage of the camera time, because you can, you know, plug your sponsors here like Brett is. But man, that looks cool. How'd you sort of come up with this?
Well, like I said, my mother's boyfriend bought me a Formula One jacket, like a Lotus Formula One jacket, and I like the style of the soft shell jacket with all the logos across it, and obviously I'm into motorsport myself. I'm actually, if I get through the fight unscathed, I've actually got like a race set up for myself on the 9th of December. But yeah, the sponsors, like I said, it was just the little things, like, you know, the UFC will sort everything out fight week, but prior to fight week they don't, which is understandable. But I obviously, I need stuff to pay for that. You know, I got a lot of things to do out here. It's mostly training and eating healthy out here. And all fairness, I've had some great sponsors really pick up on this, and it's the Bridge Llangennech, Wise Properties, CNT Electrical, Watches of Wales, Total Fitness, Tanabe, and MMA Wales. These guys have really like helped me out over the last, especially the place like the Bridge and stuff. They've really helped me out over the last few years back in my Titan days. And these guys they helped me. Obviously, it's a good time, but they also helped me through bad times as well. And that's where the loyalty is kind of still there with these guys. So I'm really thankful to the people who have sponsored me for this event.
And just remind people where they can find you on social media. You already did the sponsors part for me, so yeah, it's social media. Where can people get a hold of you?
I'm on Instagram, Brett Johns MMA. I'm on Facebook as well, Brett Johns, and on Twitter @36Johns. And my Snapchat, I believe, unless you're going to be adding the wrong person, is the Pikey MMA. So give me a follow, guys.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.